Alrighty then. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome one and all. My name is Michael. I'm the Dozy Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition Pray for Death. Our Pathfinder 2nd Edition adventure featuring these wonderful and amazing players. Yes, I know, 2 players. Again, it's the team up of Kalu and Bolsham. Yeah. Unfortunately, we had some predispositions on the other group members. Sorry, not what was I saying? Stuff to do. They had stuff to do, and so unfortunately they can't be here today. But that is perfectly fine. That is blindingly bright. Yeah, get out of my face. There we go. So yes, they're unfortunately not available to join us today. But they will be back later. However, we do have an announcement. Unfortunately, Bon, Detective Tato, aka Nesmith, is taking a prolonged hiatus from the table. We aren't necessarily looking for a replacement or anything like that. But hopefully things will ease up with them, and when they find the time and the means to, they will rejoin us in due course. But until then, we of course wish Detective Tato all of the bestie bests. So yeah, there we go. Yes, Vatari, it is piratey time. It is piratey time. Everyone's looking up their followage. Yeah, I've been around for too long. I've been an old man. No, it's good to know that you guys are around, and yeah, it feels good to have you guys be here. Yeah, that's no. I mean, honestly, if I want to see how old the channel is, I just look up what Laura's followage is. So yeah, there you go. So as for today, however, we are going back on the adventures of our dynamic duo. But before we get into that, we have some people to thank. We have our, of course, lovely sponsors who help support the channel, keep the lights on, and do all of this weird, wacky, crazy, and amazing stuff. Starting with none other than Hero Forge for the wonderful artwork you can see on stream here. All of the 3D models that are made using Hero Forge can also be 3D printed and sent to you all over the world. Da-da-da. There we go. So yeah, go check those out. They're really, really fun to have and a good prop to be using in your in-person games. We then have Sirenscape for the wonderful sound effects that you'll hear, such as... maybe? I haven't loaded up the launcher. I should push the button. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Do I need to push the button again? Maybe I need to push the button again. One moment. There it is. Okay, now I'm hearing it. Good. Excellent. So yes, music like this and much, much more is available with Sirenscape, which helps immerse your players in a world of fantasy and adventure. So go check out Sirenscape. It is a lot of fun. It is amazing. And yeah, it's just one of the tools that I think is just super good for games. And lastly, we have Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice that connects me to all of my friends, not living where I live, and get to bring us together to play this cool and fun game. We are, using... damn it, is my thing? Yeah, it is. Anyway, it also does a lot of the heavy lifting when it comes to the game itself, which honestly just makes my life super easy. Things like the rules and the different powers and abilities, having just a database where I can just refer to them anytime I wish to, makes just playing the game and running the game super easy. So there you go. Now, we have 2 players today for our Patreon game, so to tell you about themselves and the characters that they're going to play, I'm going to turn it over to them, starting with none other than Cookie Mon Steve. Oop, one second. Sorry, two seconds. I changed this earlier on. There we go. Go again.
Okay. I'm Steve, playing Kylu, Elf Ranger, Assassin. Red listed. Have an X on the island, apparently. And, even though he's like over 100, he's still kind of the kid of the group. I think he's the least experienced assassin of the group. So, but hey, he likes his bow. He likes sniping, and he likes tracking people down and, introducing them to Balsam so Balsam can kill them.
Facts.
Hey everyone, I'm Matt from All Things Fantasy, and I play Balsam, the blood sorcerer assassin who loves going to new places, meeting new people, using their blood to assassinate themselves. It's all great fun. He has recently thought about converting to the cult of Callistia, the goddess of revenge, trickery, and lust. So that's something.
You mean church?
Maybe church, maybe cult. The way it looks more cult than church.
That's church. It's definitely more of a church than the Red Mantis. I will tell you that much.
Yeah, I'll give you that, but still very cultish. I mean, do you think the Skanzi have an organization based around religion? Nah, that doesn't sound like them. The highly organized, national spanning criminal organization.
No, they didn't have anything to do with religion.
Nah, not at all.
No, not at all.
What better way to manage your criminal activities than by doing it under the cover of religion? Okay, that's too deep. Sorry.
Yeah, the church, she thanks you for your donation. We're gonna make sure that your house is blessed 3 times a day with 4 of my boys.
I see great. I see great money coming into your family.
Your charitable donations this week were a little light, Tony. I hear you've been sniffing around the Church of Sarenrae.
No, not to me. I haven't done anything.
Looks like someone's gonna be sleeping with Gosray. Anyway. Sleeping with the Azar Caddy. It's like, how'd you know, boss? It's like, we sent them a seahorse in their bed. Alright, anyway. This can just go on forever.
This is gonna be a day.
Like I said, guys, Dag After Dark. Strap it.
That's it. Plays all the Italian stereotypes. Anyway, before we kick off, however, we have one last person to thank, and that is, of course, our wonderful and amazing audience. Guys, thank you guys for being here, for coming and having a hangout with us today. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's a lot of improv today because I woke up this morning and 3 of my players weren't coming in today, so we're going to figure it out. But of course, if you want to help us by throwing some support Dag's way, there are a number of ways for you to join me behind the GM screen to influence the game while we play. First of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points that at any point in time you can use in order to influence the game. Insight bonuses, wandering bosses, wandering bosses, and much, much more. So go check those out. Then we have some monetary donations, which will go towards our Dag survival check. This is the last stream for the Dag survival check. We are at 86%, which is an incredible array to where we've gotten to. So thank you to everyone who has donated this month. Honestly, all proceeds go towards things like food and lights and all the basic, staying alive thing. And as some of my players and some of my audience members may know, I'm currently building and setting up to help a Warhammer program that is run by youths at the youth center recently. So I'm using some of the proceeds from the DAG survival checks to go back into the program. And thankfully, we have earned enough this month that I have managed to pick up a small box of like Warhammer minis. And check this out. DAG has been building. DAG has been building and building. And look at this monstrosity.
Ooh.
Look at that. It's like this floating freaking dragon thing with lightning everywhere. I want to use this as a boss in Pathfinder. But yeah, it's very cool. Anyway, yeah, Dag's been building. So yeah, there you go. For monetary donations, we have a number of different rewards. These are ones that are more tangible and allow us to do cool things. First of all, for $5, you can donate red marks to players of your choosing. These are hero points that can be used to stave off death, petition the DM for stuff that isn't the rules, or roll with advantage. For another use of the $5 is jinx points, which can be used by bad guys to counter hero points to make bad guys roll with advantage or complicate things ever so slightly. For $10, I will draw from one of two decks I have in front of me. First is a deck of heroic actions, which will give a player of your choosing a free heroic action that they can use throughout the course of the game that allows them to do cool little fun things, and it also serves as an extra hero point. Alternatively as well, I will draw 3 cards from the deck of plot twists and implement one of them of your choice into the game today. Basically, this keeps me on my toes as a storyteller, and yeah, it just allows me to kind of do some cool, fun, and amazing things to kind of ruin my game while I'm playing it. We then have, of course, the Nat 20s, which are $20 donations. They serve as potential critical hits or successes against incredible odds. So there's that. So yeah, $20 for that, which is amazing. And wow, Schooly High, thank you so much. We'll get to that in just a moment. Then we have our $50 donation, which is of course either a magic item for a player of your choosing. These items do not count towards their Schooly High. Wow.
Yeah, because he rolled an 8. It was like, I'm going, oh, Lord. Okay. Oh, God, we're in trouble.
Okay, well, I guess this is going to define what today's game is. And, okay, I'll do that in a moment. But anyway, so yes, magic item. Boss buff, which is a catastrophic increase to the boss battle that is undergoing. This increases the difficulty of what the group is doing by quite a substantial amount. This also changes the parameters of the fight from changing, like, making the objective more difficult, changing the terrain, changing the parameters of victory, a whole bunch of cool stuff. So there you go. And then lastly, for the $50 donation, we also have a Harrow reading, which is a fortune-telling reading where our heroes will gain a boost based on the card that they get. And also, if they attempt to fulfill the prophecy as told by the fortune, they will be treated as having a critical success in that as well. We then have our $100 secret menu item. The $100 secret menu item is we will be adding into the game a horror element to it. We're going to go full horror. That's right. Call of Cthulhu Lovecrafty horror, as something will go after our heroes in their dreams. So there you go. This creature will, of course, potentially challenge our heroes, probably pull them into some dangerous shenanigans, but it is a side quest, which may potentially go over a couple of weeks. So yes, if you would like that side quest, the horror side quest, then let me know. Yeah, there you go. So, without any further ado, let's draw 8 random frickin' plot twists. Okay, plot twist number 1. We have... Oh, good. A sanity check. Alright, so that is plot twist number 1. Plot twist number 2. We have bad news. That focus, but it's not focusing. That's fine. Anyway, bad news. Plot twist number 3. We have a way with words. So, a way with words. We have plot twist number 4. Oh, Jesus. Okay, it's telling me I definitely need to do that secret menu item, as we have dream for our next one. Then we have... Oh, thank you, bro. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Then we have magic moment. Magic moments. Nope. Okay, there we go. Done. So that's our 5th one. Our 6th is the tipping point. tipping point. All right, there we go. All right. Now, McClover coming in with the secret menu item. Dude, thank you so much. And that actually...
Oh, no, it says not the secret.
Not the secret
thank
menu
God,
item. Okay,
thank
fair.
God.
But thank you so much because we have now hit the DAG survival check. Thank you so much. Guys, that was not expected. Thank you so much. All right, so there's 3, 4, 5, 6. Though I am now sweating a little bit because McClover turns around and says, I'll add 10 more plot twists to this. I'm going to die, I think. All right, here we go. So, 7. So this is plot twist number 7. Oh, look at that. Boom. Best friend.
That's one cute little fluffer.
Yeah, it's a cute little fluffer. I love fluffers. All right, there we go. So best friend. And the final of Schooly Eyes draws. Here we go. Are you ready? Aw, look at that. A hilarious memory. Okay. So, those...
Oh, wow.
All right, so here we go. Those plot twists again. We have sanity check. We have bad news. We have tipping point. We have way with words. We have dream. We have magic moment. We have best friend, and we have hilarious memory. Okay, so these are our plot twists for the day. Okay, and I think I've got an idea of what I'd like to do here.
We don't get dragged out of a refuse pile by an Irish wolfhound called Lucky, would we?
No, maybe.
Oh, okay.
and then licked to death.
Oh, that would be cool though. Okay. All right, I got this. Maybe. Oh, okay. You can work with that. I don't know what I'm going to do with you two, but I will work on that later. All right, cool. Got that. All right, now McClover's donation. Each player gets a magic item of your selection. 2 hero points for Kylo, 1 Jinx point for Dag. Thank you so much. And a heroic action for both our lovely players. Okay, so let me just very quickly get those up there. Plus... where is it? A Jinx point for the Daggerino. Cough and die. There we go. Jinx point. There we go. Then we have a heroic action for the 2 of you. All right. So Kylo, pick me a number between 1 to 5.
3, please.
3. 1, 2, 3. The impossible shot. When making a ranged attack, either with a spell or a strike, you double the range increment and you double the base damage on your impossible shot. So to reiterate, you double the range increment and you double the damage for the shot you do. Now this is the base damage, which means it will double again if you land a critical hit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and Balsam.
Number 1, please.
Number 1, fluid motion. For the rest of your turn, you may gain a movement speed, such as a climb or swim speed, equal to half your land speed. If you attempt a horizontal jump, you may increase your jump distance by 10 foot. And I'm also going to throw in a vertical leap as well. You may vertical leap from standing as if you were already running.
Wonderful. It's going to be a speedy boy.
Yeah. Also, really quickly, Jen, thank you so much. I just love having you here. You are a blessing every time you're in chat. So thank you. All right. Shall we get started?
Sounds good.
So, here we go. Oh, that means we actually have the Dag of Holding. Dang it. Okay, 1 second. I'll do this. Okay, now,
Yeah.
we return quickly back to the island of Crescent. No, back to Crescent Island on the outskirts of Port Peril, where our heroes are attempting to acquire a boat to travel to the Medogalti Isles, where they hope to confront and face the Red Mantis assassin leader, who was responsible for framing our heroes in their last assassination and blacklisting them against the church. Thanks to the aid of Kailu's old flame, shall we call her, Helena, our heroes now have a meeting later with the free captains in order to barter passage to the Medogalti Isle, a place not many will travel as it is the home of the Red Mantis assassin, zealous servants of Akachek, the god of assassins, blood and murder. Well, not murder, blood, death, and all that other jazz. So very few people travel there in the first place. But hopefully, our heroes will be able to convince someone to take them. As they await their time, Balsam had made some efforts in trying to find a new course in life, seeking seeking help at the bottom of a bottle. Balsam went to a tavern in which he was hit upon by a very gorgeous looking elven man who, do we have a picture of him? Maybe. There he is. Look at him. Look at his smoldering eyes. So yes. This individual ended up being a servant to Calistria, goddess of lust, revenge, and trickery. With our hero's thirst for lust still quite fresh, Calistria's following seemed like quite a good idea for the time being. So Balsam agreed to accompany the man to be taken to the church in order to be indoctrinated into the church and its ways. Now, Kailu, I can't remember what we did with you at the time. I feel like you were with Balsam for a good chunk.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we were all at the
tavern.
Scarlatti's. Or the Scarnetti's.
Oh, the Scarnetti's.
Oh no, I was, yes. Like after the yes, Balsam and our elf friend left, and then the rest of the party we got back together last week or the last time, and then tracked him down at the Scarnetti's.
Yes.
I think the rest of the party was ready to convert as well.
That's true. So, the Scarnetti Manor, a beautiful and opulent place that is bought with the spoils of the very vast criminal enterprise that the Scarnetti family associates with. As they talk very, very heavily about the topic of religion, Balsam, you, Kailu, and the rest of the group are invited to dinner. Now, because we don't have the group here for dinner, unfortunately, we are going to skip that encounter in particular. But the end result is this. Balsam, if you wish to truly seek out vengeance, then perhaps you might offer some comfort to someone who seeks vengeance themselves. You see, in town there is a journalist who is writing some rather unfavorable and rather scandalous things about the Scarnetti family in the local Pathfinder Chronicles. It would be better if these articles were to stop. And of course, what better way to seek vengeance than through the hands of someone whose skill set might obviously be quite useful for getting rid of such a troublesome person from the community.
And like that, Balsam starts assassinating for Callistra instead of Akachek.
Pretty much, yeah. Now, as for the others, I'm going to say that they are not yet converted. As in, they're not yet ready to throw in. And, honestly, they're so focused on killing, the person who got you in trouble, that killing some random journalist, it's kind of like, it's very passé. It's like, being a chef who goes to McDonald's, Sometimes you feel the craving, and if you don't, then you don't touch the stuff, So that's kind of where you're at. Balsam, you know that doing this is going to be obviously important for you because you're feeling that connection to Calistria and you want that connections to vengeance again. So you approach Kailu's door in the middle of the night, just before you are about to head out for the evening. Kailu, you hear a knock on your door late in the evening.
Who's there? I'm sleeping. Oh, jeez. Kailu climbs out of bed and whips the door open. It's like, what? Balsam, it's you. What do you want?
About time. How many times do I need to knock on your door, Kyler?
At 3 a.m? More than that. But we're not supposed to be working right now.
This is our natural habitat. Natural time of the day. This is where stuff actually happens, Kyler. And you're sleeping?
Well, as much as I sleep ever. I was meditating. Thank you.
Sure, meditating. That's what we call it now.
Exactly.
Well, if you would welcome me inside, I might have a bit of some nighttime sport for us to conduct if you're interested.
Sport? It's been a little quiet. What have you got? Come on in.
As you enter and gather around, the parchment that was provided to you details the assassination attempt.
Our skills are going to be put to the test. I was going to give you the oh, sorry, go for it.
Yeah. That's not the music I want. Oh, here we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, here we go. So, on the parchment in front of you, there is a name. Morris Jennings. Morris Jennings is a Pathfinder who currently resides in the small southern district south of the Black Tar, the kind of growth that grows behind Port Peril. I will point it out here, and Matt, you will need to mute yourself because your ticky-tacketing is great for note-taking, but very loud. Okay. Also, this is very epic. Yeah. So, down here is, somewhere in this vicinity is where you will find the journalist. Now, he has spent much of his time bagging out the Scarnetti family, claiming that they have ties to the Scanzi, the criminal organization. More importantly, recently they had accused them of having bought out an auction house in order to launder money for the Aspis Consortium. Now, there's currently no proof of this, but through their various means, the Scarnetti have learnt that the Aspis Consortium do intend to sail off with a shipment of ill-gotten goods from a nearby port, specifically this one here. If a budding young journalist were to potentially try to quote-unquote catch the Scarnetti in the act, they would likely have gone here in order to attempt to catch them off guard and catch them red-handed. However, what will be waiting won't be the Scarnetti, nor will it be the Aspis Consortium, but, of course, the latest in devoted followers of the god Calistria.
Wouldn't go so far as to say Kylo's a devoted follower of Calistria. He was iffy, but, we'll support Balsam.
There you go. All right, you have your mission. Any questions? Anything you'd like to...
Well, if he's a Pathfinder, what sort of skills and abilities is he known to possess?
None.
Is he known to travel in groups with other Pathfinders?
Nope.
Any questions that you have, Steve?
Not that I can think of. Although I'm mesmerized by the drawing. No, I mean, it sounds like a straightforward job. That always concerns me slightly, but it's just another job.
So the Scarnettis are not expecting any Apsis Consortium agents to show up?
The Scarnetti are not expecting any aspect. Oh, sorry, no. The if you ask about it, they say that they've heard the Aspis Consortium are leaving through there because they're such upstanding members of the community that people will, tell them this for sure.
I don't think I have any other questions.
Okay, this is your task.
It'll be great. Just a nighttime jaunt through the local area. Make a new friend. Send them down into the rivers, into the ocean. I mean, it sounds like a great time. Great bonding exercise.
It's been a while since it was just the two of us, isn't it?
Yeah, like a whole 2 days.
No, I'm talking about a job.
Okay. That's fair. I mean, I think the last time we went on a job, it was that time. That one time? At that place? With that person?
Well done.
Yeah. It was. Didn't that go sideways?
Sideways? Oh, from
A
where
little
you
bit.
were standing, yeah. Yeah, sideways.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds good. Okay.
You obviously know this area better than I do. Do you have any? Do you know that area?
It's small.
Vague.
It's very much just mostly houses and things like that. Nothing too big. There is a temple to Besmara that is there, as well as the Bank of sorry, that's not where the Bank of Abdar is. That is, let's call it a school of some kind, like a college.
Yeah, I don't know the neighborhood particularly well, but I know where it is. It wasn't an area that we hung out in.
All right. Well, how about we scope out the area, see if our journalist friend is in fact waiting for someone to be there, and if they are, well, we can just see who's with them. If you brought any law enforcement or anything, we can quietly take them out. Your specialty, Kyler.
Thank you.
And if he's not there, we can always go for a house call.
That's true. Do we know where he lives?
Not specifically.
Well, I hope he's there. We weren't given an address a home address as well. So,
No, it'd be
or can
easier
we
if he
ask for a
was
home
there.
address?
It would be
Yeah,
easier if he was there, but if not, we could. I mean, we might be able to find out
we'll
where he
find
is.
him.
Yeah.
I think so.
Anyway, out
Yeah,
for ready to go for a nightly walk.
sounds like a good idea.
Wonderful.
Okay. You make your way down, getting the ferry and making your way towards the southern area. This is for later, just so that I have it. There we go. Okay. As you land, looking around, this small area of town is pretty quiet at this time of night. Most of the people have already gone to bed, and the shops are more or less closed. Only the odd occasional drunken lout seems to be wandering the streets here this time of night. As you make your way around, can I get you guys to make me a perception check, please? Okay. The two of you think it's a little quiet. Maybe too quiet. And that is when, Kailu, you step in something. Something you've not really kind of found yourself familiar with. It's this kind of almost slime, a translucent kind of greenish goo that is on the edge of your foot.
What the heck is this? I'll reach down and, not being always, I'm actually, take my dagger and scrape it off. And
All right.
take a look at what it is.
Um,
See if I know what it is.
Yeah, you're kind of unsure of what this is. It's not acidic or caustic. It is slightly sticky and has a viscosity, kind of like glue, or slime, It has like just kind of this like jelly-ish kind of property. Not an ooze, because oozes tend to digest what they touch, and your boot and your knife both seem fine. Nor does it seem to be moving in any way or shape.
Okay. Balsam, have you seen anything like this before?
Like what? Sorry. Oh,
On the edge of
disgusting.
my knife.
That's
Yes, it is. It's
that's disgusting. Keep that away from me. I don't know. Is it eating away your dagger?
no. I mean, I saw my boot as well. Like I just scraped it off the boot. Is there more of it on the ground?
Make a survival check.
Survival check. How about a 39?
Yes, there is.
Is it a pool of it, or is it like footprints?
More like drag marks.
Drag marks. I don't know that I like the looks of this. Sure.
Balsam rubs his mask. Oh, the chin of his mask. Deep in thought, he goes, which does it seem to have? Which way is it seeming to be traveling in? Like, is it going that way, or is it going that way?
You
Seems
point
to
that
be
way.
going that way. Yeah.
Do you want to find out what it is? Granted, it's not really pressing to our jaunt, but I mean, curiosity.
Sure.
Don't worry
Okay.
about that.
I mean,
So I haven't seen anything quite like this. I don't know what this is, and if you don't know what this is, and I don't know what this is, Actually, Pietro
It
or
is.
someone might help. Pietro or maybe Kara might be able to know what this is.
That's
No,
true.
Rondak. Rondak can tell us what this is.
Well, and in fairness, you know, I'm sure that if we could take a sample back, you know,
Well, yeah, we
the
might be able to take a sample back, or or we can go and just follow it and catch up to it and see what it is.
leave it alone. Sure. Um, yeah. Meanwhile, I'm going to see whether or not I've got anything I can put what I've scraped off and
Oh,
moved
I
into
got
a
Balsam
spare
opens
container.
up Balsam opens up his vest, which has like hundreds of tiny little maggots in jars.
Ah, yeah,
We'll use one of these. It'll be
perfect.
fine.
There we go. So
Here
I'll
you go,
scrape it
buddy. Be
into.
free. Yay, freedom!
See now what I wonder what it does with the green stuff. Does it like it? Uh, hmm, maybe it starts eating and growing.
What?
We
Eating
need
the maggot? What?
a yeah. It's like
The maggot
does
goes.
it change the maggot?
Oh, that's gross.
Oh yeah. See, this is what happens when Michael leaves us alone. We get in trouble. So, meanwhile, I take I will take a sample of it because we've got people in the party who like interesting samples.
Yeah, and depending on like the consistency of this slime or something, it could probably be useful.
It's kind of like ectoplasm.
Maybe. Like the way it's described, right? I
A little
think as
thicker.
it, yeah, yeah, Matt might know what it is, right? Maybe.
Yeah,
But Balsam definitely wouldn't know what to do with it.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly right, Schoolia. It could be a new pet, a traveling companion.
yeah.
You're
So,
great at naturey things, aren't you, Kyler?
not really. I was learning to be better at naturey things, and then I found a new avocation of shooting things instead
Ah,
of
okay,
learning about
okay.
them.
All right. So whilst
That
you were
was
gone,
for
Michael.
next century.
Ah, okay, okay. Whilst you're gone, Michael, we emptied one of Balsam's jars of maggots. The maggot is currently running off, being a free, happy little maggot, probably eating the slime if it's edible. And we took a little bit of a sample in that maggot jar for Rondak to investigate later.
Silence wizard.
Silence Wizards attacked again.
Very well. I say, sure, not a problem.
Perfect. Wonderful.
Okay. We were slightly concerned that the maggot might start growing.
It's not growing.
Okay. So, by the way, is it going in the direction that we're trying to go, or is it a different direction?
No, it seems to be going towards the water.
It's in the right general direction. We've got to get to the water anyways.
Yeah,
Incorrect.
exactly.
Because you're going towards the area that the residents are staying, which is more inland. Where the docks are, where you're looking, where you think that they might be waiting for the Aspis Consortium, that's near the water. But I was under the impression you guys are looking for his house.
No, we were looking for the dock. It was the house was if we couldn't find him at the dock.
Oh, my apologies. Okay, cool. In which case,
No, that's
yes.
okay.
In which case, yes, it will be in the direction that you're heading to.
Okay. So we're following and
But what are you following?
tracking.
Are you
Well, we're
Yeah, you gotta
following
pick
the
a lane.
mark, like the slime.
Following the
Sorry,
slime.
well, no, we're
Okay.
following the slime. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Following the slime, you eventually reach the edge of the docks here. Beneath the waves, you can see that there is a multitude of different sort of wavy bits of like kelp or seaweed that kind of almost make like this underwater foresty kind of grotto. As you peer into the water, I need each of you to make me a perception check.
Perception check. Easy. Not so easy. It bounced off.
Damn. Unfortunate.
Just a 28.
There we go.
All right. Neither of you notice anything out of the ordinary.
Of course we don't.
Well, this is where that slime trail ends. But you might otherwise need to just continue to the docks and continue your mission.
Yep, that's... Well,
Probably
I guess...
a good idea. I mean, this is a really nice, relaxing, calm place. But I feel like a little bit of action tonight.
All right. You make your way over to the docks. As you do so, let's see, Kylo. Oh, I forgot to. Let me just very quickly set the grid to an actual proper size. Balsam and Kylo. Done. Alright, so up ahead, you guys can see the docks. At the edge of the docks, there seems to be, enshrouded in darkness, a ship that seems to be being loaded by several individuals. You can't get a good look at any of their faces or the like, but they seem to be doing their thing.
Hey, Kyler.
Yeah.
If you were trying to catch someone in the act of smuggling goods, where would you hide?
I would hide... depends where they're loading it from. I would hide in either that building right on the dock, but I would probably go for the one with the overlook that sees both docks, like the one to our east.
I was thinking perhaps the same. Well, if those people are currently unloading stuff, that's probably what they're supposed to be doing. Let's have a... You reckon this house here? The one to our... this side?
How do we ping?
Hold down spacebar and then double click left.
Thank you. That house?
One. Yes. Yeah, that one. We both pinged at the same time.
All right.
Yes. Yep.
You begin to make your way over to the small home out on the edge of the docks. As you do so, I need both of you to make me stealth checks as you approach.
Stealth. The thing that Balsam is not great at.
Yep. A very odd thing to not be good at it.
Yes.
How about How about a 34?
Well, you're fine. However, Balsam, you hear there's basically you suddenly startle a raccoon that was digging around in the trash. It knocks over the trash, hisses at you, and scurries away. The two consortium members turn and see you. They speak quickly to one another. Before the two of them kind of very nonchalantly start making their way in your direction. I'll say that you guys have moved to about here.
Could Balsam have made such a thing that Kylo was still somewhat stealthy?
Kylo is stealthed. I'll say Kylo's
Perfect.
behind the house. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Balsam kind of quietly swears to himself, then kind of leans up at the against the house, also in a nonchalant, unthreatening manner.
Okay.
Kyler's just
as much as he can.
Kyler's just holding his head, going, "Not again."
And he's thinking to himself, alright, Kyler, I don't see Kyler around. Kyler should be pretty good. I'll keep these guys distracted so Kyler could do his thing. If Kyler needs help, I'm sure he'll call out or give Balsam a message or something.
Okay. As you do so, these individuals approach and they say, "What ho, friend?"
Good evening. How are you this wonderful night? How are you on this wonderful night?
They say busy. You appear to be quite nonchalant.
I could say the same thing about you, my friends.
Okay, make a deception check.
Okay. Deception. It'd be great if I can roll above a 10, but that's fine.
You do have hero points.
You do have
this
points.
is funnier. This is funnier. It's fine.
All right. The two Aspis agents turn and they well, I mean, you kind of backed yourself into a corner here. You've identified that's like, hey, you're up to something sneaky, and they're going to try and silence you. The commotion has drawn some attention, though. Balsam, make a perception check.
Yes, of course.
You don't notice nothing. You just yep. All right.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Okay. Battle ensues, I suppose, as these guys just straight up try to kill ya. Now, Kailu, while this is going on, you're welcome to try and encourage on the house with the target, or join the fray. It is up to you, but we'll be acting in the battle sequence at the same time.
Okay.
Okay, so we have all our initiatives rolled. As for battle music, nice. All right. So starting us off, Balsam, you're first.
All right. Are these guys? I assume we're on the docks and with docks there's rope, right? Is there rope nearby from where Balsam is?
No. It's most of the supplies and stuff would be on the opposite side of where they are.
Okay. And Balsam sees that they're going for an attack.
They look at each other and they've both drawn knives.
Okay.
Actually, have they drawn knives? What have they drawn? They've drawn. Oh, no, they've drawn pistols.
Oh crap! That's completely different.
Oh, hold on, 1 second. Yeah, no, carry on.
Okay, so they're both drawing pistols. Balsam says, Balsam swears again.
Yeah.
And he's going to try to, what's this?
Sorry, I need a will save from you. 2 of them, in fact.
2 will saves?
Yeah.
Easy.
These dudes have a threatening aura.
Hey, look, I got above a 10 that time.
You did.
That's
So
32.
that one's a success. And
One
one
for.
more.
Also
a
a
success.
38.
Yeah, you're good. So basically, their threatening aura, anyone who starts or enters their aura must make a will save or be stunned 1, regardless of the save, and then be immune for 1 day. So yeah, you're good.
Oh, cool. Whoa, fellas.
I'm a lady, she says.
Sorry, it's dark, I can't see. Peoples!
Friends, Romans,
Everyone.
countrymen.
I'm not sure what you're doing, but I can tell you that I was just, you know what, screw it, it's fine. I'm going to quickly dodge to the side to try to get into some sort of cover, like this rock over here, or like behind the house.
Okay. You may move your character accordingly.
Wonderful. Is this rock here big enough to provide cover?
Yes, it is.
Perfect. I'm gonna quickly move over here and jump behind cover for the first two actions. And then I'm gonna cast a phase bolt.
All right. As you cast Phase Bolt, both of their reactions go off.
Yeah.
The reaction is called Shoot First. I'll give you a hint at what it does.
Sorry?
I said I'll give you a chance to guess at what it does.
Shoot
They
second.
blow up a balloon.
Shoot after my attack.
Yeah. Nope. When targeted by a spell, strike, or an ability, they immediately get a shot off at you.
Okay.
All right, a 39 is a hit, followed by a 40, which is also a hit. So 2 bullets fly through and strike you. Now, unfortunately, this does count as an attack of opportunity, which means, unfortunately, your spell will drop.
Alright, that's fine. Still getting behind cover though.
Oh yeah, cover. What does cover do? Cover increases your AC.
I don't think it would work. I don't think it would give me that much AC.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
It wouldn't have stopped to 39 or 40.
All right. So as you've jumped out, they have fired. With 2 shots hitting you in your direction. Kailu, you hear the commotion. What do you do?
Okay. Can't see them from where I am. But I can
read the
see
reactive
like
strike details. Ooh, hold on one moment. I've been guided by the angel on my shoulder. Let's have a look. It only stops spell. In the remaster, it only stops spells on critical hit. Oh, you're right. No, you are correct. Yes, I do remember reading that. Because that was slightly different. Let's see. Yada yada yada. Pathfinder 2E. It's not under the reactive strike thing. Yeah, so if you land a critical hit on a manipulate action, you disrupt it. So no, yes, you do still get the attack off.
Alright, if that's the case, then once again, a phase bolt.
Phase bolt it is!
Ah. Yeah, figures.
No, that'll hit.
Okay. There you go.
25 damage. Nice. Alright, the phase bolt manages to damage one of the consortium members. Okay, now it is.
Why do they have guns? Why do they have guns? It could have been knives. Not.
Yeah, they had guns. It says guns here. They're dueling pistols. Concealable, concussive, fatal.
interesting. Okay. Yeah.
My red clothes are
Kinda-
turning red.
Well, it's convenient, being a blood source. So Kylo, hearing the commotion, turns, sees Balsam taking cover behind a rock, and has obviously, seen. I'm seeing the fact that he just got hit.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, he is going to Can I? Oh, there we go. Move to a point where I can actually see what's going on.
Yep, you can. I mean, you can peer around the corner without stepping out.
Can I mark them as prey if I peer around the corner without stepping out?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to peer around the corner, seeing the two of them. It's like I'm going to mark both of them. But of course I can't shoot at them until I step out. Correct?
No, you can shoot at them from
Like
cover.
Oh, can I shoot at them from cover? Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to. I don't like the fact that they just unloaded on my partner, so I am going to take a shot at. Yeah, I'm gonna. I guess who's this one? Peerless Duelist number 2.
All right, your arrow flies loose and lands a critical hit.
Well, that's convenient.
This is very convenient.
So, because that also triggers off distracting shot. I like that.
Ooh, nice.
So first off, I will go with the damage, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
97 points of damage.
Oof! A chunk gets ripped off this dude as the arrow hits. Give me a crit card between 1 to 5, please.
Let's go with number 2, please.
2. Here we go. Piercing. Triple damage, and the target is fatigued.
Okay.
So just drop one more lot of damage. I will put fatigue on him. Nice.
Another 51. And if I critically hit my hunted prey with a ranged weapon,
Yep.
it's off guard until the start of my next turn.
Ooh, double nasty. All right. All
Okay.
right.
So that's attack
1. So you've hunted
1.
prey, then you've shot. Now it's your third action.
right. So I will. Yeah, no, I only get 1, even though it's a separate prey. I don't get to use it again on a different one. So second attack on. You know what? I'm going to actually go after the same one.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Holy doodle.
That's another crit.
Okay. Okay. 91 points of damage.
Ooh, all right. That is going to squish this particular individual.
Oh, hold on. I used the wrong damage on that. I used the hunt. It's got an additional 2d8, so
Even if I took out 16, she's dead.
okay. It's as long as we're okay with that. I realized I grabbed the wrong damage box. Yeah.
No, you're fine. All right. Yeah, your arrow pierces her chest. She slumps to the ground and is gone.
Okay. I guess. And I'll look over at Balsam and go, your turn.
You've given me enough to work with. Thanks.
Because that's all I've got. So
Yeah.
I think that's everything I've got. Yeah.
All right. Then we go to the consortium members. They they look down in absolute horror. They cry out, Claire! You bastards! You killed my best friend. Best friend.
1 down, 7 to go.
I'm getting there, okay. He is going to seek vengeance in a very, very big way. Because now it is his turn.
Sounds like something a Pathfinder would say.
Okay. Ace shooter. Disarming shot. Double reload. Okay. So, disarming shot on Kailu.
Okay. Out of curiosity, does he have to reload? After he's shot?
Not yet. He does, but not presently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You have cover.
Yeah.
Ooh, don't like that. Let's try the Jinx point. See if that'll help us. Come on, Jinx point. Papa needs to injure his party. Here we go. Yeah, that's a hit. I'll take it.
How dare he? I want to hero point that. Oh, I can't.
So, 23.
Sorry.
Now, the first shot here, I need you to make an athletics check. Your target number,
Athletics.
I think, is 30, maybe.
How about 36?
Oh, no, I need to make a check. Sorry, not you. What's your fortitude plus 10?
Gotta change tabs for that. Fortitude plus 10 is 37.
37. He does not disarm you with that shot. But he is definitely going to try again. And that'll hit. And the second bullet deals 19 points of damage. And by thunder, he's going to try again. 32. Well, sorry, you said 37. Damn it, no. 33.
37.
That will not do it.
Yep.
All right. Last attack, because why the hell not? Might get the nat 20.
Oh!
Ooh, not bad, but no hit on that one. Okay. That is him done and done. Now, at this point in time, as he prepares to attack again, all of a sudden, the scene shifts.
So he got
As
4
Claire-
shots without a reload. Wow.
He's got 2 more.
Don't like that. I don't like... He's got a 6-shot him?
Mhm.
I don't like these guys.
All right. The body of the person you have killed stands up.
Uh-oh.
As she does so, her partner looks surprised. Claire? Claire, is that you? He runs over and embraces his partner, thinking that she was dead a moment ago. However, you could see as her head rests on his shoulder, away from his line of sight, she is still dead, her eyes cloudy and dark. I thought they'd gotten you. Come on, let's get out of here. And as she goes to move to leave, as he moves to leave, all of a sudden, bam, just this huge bite mark is ripped out of his neck. He takes a step back as blood pours down his leather outfit. As she does so, she begins to move and lurch towards him. He tries to back up, but trips over a shrub as he basically is then devoured by hand, tooth, claw. You see around her jaw and around her mouth, she begins to foam and froth, spitting out a combination of blood and what looks to be this vile, translucent green liquid. We've got magic moment. Because it's a moment that was both in love and also magic has been involved. As this individual, as this guy dies, another figure sort of emerges from hiding. From the docks, you see what looks to be a rather terrifying figure. There we go. As this figure steps out, they begin to speak. Are you all right? I hope you are uninjured.
Kyler looks over at Balsam and kind of mouths, "Is she talking to us?"
She is looking in your direction.
Balsam kind of responds, also mouthing. One way to find out. Balsam kind of pokes his head out from behind the stone. Hello?
Oh, good. You are okay. As you watch the woman Aspis Consortium still eating the flesh of their partner. I would have been so disappointed if you had perished. After all, I've been looking for some specialists. Ones who I could add to my ranks. And if your body is far too damaged, then the corpses you leave behind aren't worth very much. A few moments later, you watch as the hot, now mostly devoured body of the other Aspis agent sort of rises up. You two. About your business. Load up the boat. I'll be with you shortly. Once I gain the rest of the crew. The two undead make their way over to the boat and continue loading it up. As this woman steps out, kind of ready to engage you. Now, why don't you make this easy? Surrender. Kneel before me and I'll ensure that you're not transformed into one of the mindless undead.
Before I do that, I'd like to know who I'd be working for.
I am Salesh, Bone Speaker, and Seer through the Veil.
That sounds bad. That sounds real bad.
Do either of us recognize the name or the references?
Bone Speakers are necromancers who specifically talk to the dead. Generally speaking, they're kind of akin to inquisitors, if you want to kind of give them a kind of a designation. They are about finding information and using any means necessary in order to acquire it, should they desire to. They aren't often considered criminals, like in terms of like thieves and stuff like that, so it's kind of odd that she's getting them to load the boat full of stolen goods, because the Aspis Consortium are thieves for the most part. Thieves and grave robbers. But again, the grave robbing bit could be what she's after.
So, I mean, Calvin has absolutely no interest. Yep. Sorry, go.
Well, this is highly sus. I don't particularly want to be turned into an undead. Could you imagine my gorgeous face being all rotting with an eye? No. Ugh.
Yes.
Nah.
Yes, I could. I could imagine this. And here, Let me show you a future beyond your imagination. Ooh, ha 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 ha. I'm gonna claim this one. Fucking way with words. Eat shit.
All right.
That was a good one. That was a fucking good one.
That was a great one. Do I have to be dead?
Yes.
Damn.
So say we all. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that has taken her whole turn as well.
Yeah.
We're going to keep in the same initiative. So this brings us back to Balsam.
Steve, what do you reckon? Should we just fight, run?
The last time we ran up against the vessel of something.
Oh, it's not that. Sorry. To be clear, she's not an avatar or anything. She's just a person. Inquisitor is kind of like a cop who specializes in torture.
Yeah.
Ah. I have no interest in dying. So no. I mean I don't. I mean, we can run. But where are we going to find this journalist person that we are trying to do if we run?
Well, we could also just find where his house is. Just what I'm asking is, am I doing stuff to an escape or am I doing stuff to attack? That's the question, Steve.
Kylo looks at him and goes, "It's your contract."
Stuff to escape it is! Balsam's gonna
Lead, I
cast
follow.
Wall of Flesh! A 30-foot wall of gibbering mouths would appear roughly along this road here.
Like that?
Yeah, except Balsam's gonna be slightly more behind it.
Alright, so you're going to move?
Yeah, there. Yeah.
So move and then Wall of Flesh.
Yeah.
Alright.
Now, Wall of Flesh is a great little thing. Sorry, no, it's not 40. It's not 30. My mistake. It is 20 foot. 20 foot tall, 30 feet long, 3 feet thick, and each 5-foot section has 10 AC. It has gibbering mouths. That means anything that gets close to it, except for myself, will take 2d6 piercing damage.
Nice. Love it.
And then Balsam's going to flee.
Well, you've already moved and then 2 action for your...
Yeah, exactly.
thing.
No, that's his plan. He's going to flee.
Gonna flee. Okay, cool. Not a problem. Alright, then we go to Kylo.
So Kylo is going to do the prudent thing and mark her as prey.
You can't see her through the Wall of Flesh.
Oh, I can't see it through the wall? Okay. So at this point, it's like we're running. So he's going to run. He's going to get to a point where I don't know how far I can go along there. But he's not going to he's going to stay within comfortable range of Balsam. And I'm going to ready an action of, bow out, arrow knocked. If she comes through the wall somehow, like if she, I will shoot. He'll shoot. Meanwhile,
right.
So basically covering Balsam. Yeah.
Not a problem. She does not chase you. She simply waits a moment. She readies her own action. Balsam, you're up.
Flee! Flee! We do not have the advantage. This is a bad position for assassins.
All right.
Go.
Okay, you flee. As for Kylo, your turn.
Fleeing.
All right, the two of you flee. As you disappear into the night, the necromancer stays there. She continues to load up her, now her ship, and things go quiet. After a period of time, you end up a short distance away, catching your breath. The scene is yours.
All right, that was not great. We were not ready for such an encounter.
No, remind me when we've got some spare time to try and help you get a little bit quieter.
Why would I want to be quieter?
Well, they didn't. Those two people
Listen.
who were shooting at you didn't notice me.
Well, listen, I like being the center of attention.
Oh, fine. Yeah, we've had this conversation before, haven't we?
Probably.
I'm still going to try and get you quieter, just so you know.
So that woman, you remember what her name was?
No, I don't.
Somebody opens the
I should
door,
have paid
throws a
closer
boot at
attention.
you. Keep it down, it's 4 a.m. People are trying to sleep. We have work in the morning.
Hey, do you know where Morris lives?
Make a diplomacy check.
I'll take that as a no then.
Diplomacy check. There we go. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, they say, he's like 3 doors down.
Thank you.
Well, that's convenient.
Make a perception check.
Perception check.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You're good. All right. That's fine.
Fine.
Okay.
That's a 2 that became a 27, thank heavens, but still.
All right. If that's the case, we'll go to the south of the Black Tower, I guess. Because that is where
That's where the
we
house
described
is.
where Morris, what's his face, lived, right?
Yep.
As we head down, Belson's going to try to think about his experiences with necromancers, seeing what or reasons why necromancers would do such a thing, like try to take on the an underground organization like the Apsis Consortium.
Chances are there's an artifact in the shipment that has necromantic properties. So it's not so much that they're taking on the organization, they're just stealing from thieves an item that is inherently, they believe, theirs, I guess.
Okay.
All right. You begin to make your way to Morrison's house. It is not long before you find the rough location that you were given. Nope, that's not it. There we go. Okay. It is not long before you find the house in question. It is actually over here.
What time roughly is it?
It is 5 a.m. You guys are starting to feel fatigued.
Okay. Would there be a bakery or something nearby?
Sure.
I would recommend, Kylie, we get ourselves something to eat, and we just kind of watch the house for a bit. Unless you had any other ideas.
No, that sounds like a good idea. I could use a coffee.
All right. both of you go to the bakery, which is still quite early, but they do serve coffee and they are doing stuff for the day. As you watch upon your stakeout, please make a perception check.
Perception. Oh, that's not bad.
It's pretty good. Wow, also pretty good. All right.
Yeah.
Both of you notice there is someone who is watching you from down the street. This individual matches the description of the Pathfinder you're looking for.
How far down the street is he, roughly?
About 30 foot, give or take.
Sorry, did you say 200, 300 feet?
No, 30.
30 feet. Okay. Does it look like he might follow us?
Yeah, probably. He seems to have a vested interest in you.
How about we go for a walk in some of the less secluded areas? Kyler, you might know where those locations would be.
In a less secluded area or a more secluded area?
More secluded, probably. Unless you want to make a scene, but I doubt that.
Make a diplomacy check.
I think...
Sorry, not diplomacy, a deception check.
Deception?
Yeah. You guys are going here, by the way.
Both of us are making the deception?
Yes. Okay, let's see how this guy does. Does he notice the ruse? Survey says yes.
Oh, that's a shame.
You guys don't know that he's noticed that, though.
Alright, that's fine.
Alright, so you begin to head to the north, and sure enough, he does seem to follow you. Eventually, you come to what looks to be like this wide open clearing nestled between multiple, quite high-reaching rock, not sculpture, what's the word? Formation. Giant rock formation. The person following you now has nowhere to hide. They step out into the open. As they do so, they say... let me just put this here. Okay. There we go. You hear the sound of a... Let's see, what's your weapon of choice, my friend? You hear the sound of a dagger being drawn. Gentlemen.
Whoa.
And as he says that, Kylo, as you turn around, you realize the person in front of you is not Morris Jennings. It is a person called... I'm going to try and remember this name. Elixon Waldsby. Elixon Waldsby is a Pathfinder you know. In fact, this individual and you go back a very long time.
Lexon?
Kylo.
Why are you drawing on me?
I don't know. Why are you following me? You and your friend have been on my tail since last night. And, no offense, but I know what it is you do. Who sent you? Why have you come for me?
Kylo's looking a little bit confused because wasn't aware that he was following him.
You weren't up until this point. The description was very, very, loose and could fit a bunch of people, but the name Morris Jennings is not one you recognize.
Alexan, are you going by any aliases at the moment?
Yeah, of course I am. But that doesn't answer my question. Why are you following
What's
me?
What's your current alias?
Morris.
Thank you.
Now answer my question.
At which point I'll draw a sword and have at him.
Oh, nice. Okay, very well. All right, we'll go back.
It's target. Yep, we got target. I'm not being nice. Psst.
Jeez, Kyler, I knew you were cold, but this cold?
All right, Balsam, you're up.
Somewhat startled, he's like, wait, what? Are we... okay, I thought we were going to have a chat for a bit, but that's okay.
We're going to use tipping point on that one.
Yeah.
And I'm going to actually put this guy at the bottom of initiative.
Balsam's confused. He looks at Kylo as Kylo draws his thing. And he's like, but I don't. He's going to delay.
I never liked Lexan.
Okay, Kylo, you're up next.
I'm going to do the usual mark prey.
Okay, marking prey.
Oops, no, it didn't mean
Marking prey.
that one.
Which, do I have? What happened to my... Oh. My marked prey longsword disappeared.
Oh no.
Just a second. If I go... There it is. It just, for some reason, it doesn't show up in my combat side.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, it's because it's not equipped. It's
okay.
there.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's the alternate form of it. Okay. So do I? We don't have a map. Okay, drop it on the.
Yep, drop on the combat tracker.
Yeah. Oops.
Aha,
There it
dodge.
is. Yeah, I was gonna say.
All right, you charge at him with your longsword, and with a flash of your blade, it finds purchase in your former acquaintance.
Yeah. And let's see what we do. I don't use the longsword very much. 35.
All right. Oof, very nice. Okay, 35 cuts across his body. You have one last action.
Alex, do you want to do this? You've got one chance. Okay,
I mean, do I want to do this? He goes, do what? You just stabbed me, you prick.
Do you want me to finish the job?
I'm gonna finish it right now. Fuck you. He
Yep.
takes a step back.
Okay.
Yeah, no, yep. He like kind of staggers backwards. You
Yep.
just lunge and stab at him again.
Yep. I told him one chance.
What?
Yeah.
I Michael don't understand what the chance was.
Oh, the chance was did he want to yield at that point? Sorry.
Oh, you're right. You're asking him to surrender.
Yes. I guess yeah. It's
Right. Okay. Cool. I mean, because you're giving him a chance to what exactly? You're an assassin. He
to
knows you
surrender.
kill,
Yes.
He knows
yes.
you kill people for a living. Surrendering to you means like just laying down his arm
Probably
and then giving himself to death. Which he's not gonna do.
Yep.
No one in their right mind is.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Cool. Your second attack does
So
hit.
I'll drop.
And that is 33 more points of damage. Okay, he is looking bloodied. He's looking messy. But it's now his turn. He says, "You were always a callous prick. You know that?"
Thank you. I try.
You watch as he conceals something underneath himself. I need you to make a fortitude save.
Fortitudes. That's this tab. Dun, dun, dun. No, that's not the tab. $43.
Okay. Just have a quick squiz here. All right, so half of 12d10.
Oh my.
All right. Half of 96 is 48 points of damage as he reaches to your arm and grabs onto it. And as it happens, your skin starts to turn gray and crack. You are under the effect of a disintegrate spell, and it takes a nice big chunk of damage out of you. His next action, he casts a spell on himself called Sure Strike.
So that, I'm assuming that was one question. Was that was a fort save? Was that a success or was that a failure?
That's a success.
Okay, I have Warden's Endurance.
Oh yeah.
Which means it's a critical success.
Oh, nice. Then you take no damage.
Okay. Yay, I finally got to use it. I'm so excited.
You did! All right, no damage at all.
I remembered to use it. It's even better.
Dang. Okay, yeah. No, you resist the call and the power of the spell. We go back to Balsam.
I guess we're just doing this. All right. First of all, let's give Kylo a height advantage, as he's going to cast Levitate on Kylo, allowing him to get a little bit of extra height.
All right, done and done.
So, Kylo, you're going to fly up in the air for about 10 feet, so you should be out of range for many of his touch abilities.
Mm-hmm.
And then Balsam is going to... Is he close enough to just punch this guy in the face?
No, you wouldn't need to move up to him.
Alright. If that's the case, Balsam is going to take up a defensive position.
Alright. Done and done. Kylo, you're up next.
Okay. Kylo's a little surprised to be 10 feet in the air without doing it on purpose.
What do you mean? I thought you liked attacking from height. Every time I see you fight, you're always up there.
That's true, I do. And let me double check one quick thing, because I'm pretty sure that I have a rune on my longsword. Why, yes. Yes, I do. I have a greater extending rune on my longsword. So I can still hit him from 10 feet up in the air with my longsword.
All right.
So I'm not going to take the action. I'm not going to take this. I mean, yeah, no, I'm not going to bother swapping to the bow, because that would be an action to swap to the bow, correct?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, no. So I'm just going to swing at him with the longsword again.
All right, do it. A critical hit.
Okay, let's see what it does. Dun, dun, dun.
Oof, 82 damage. He is not looking great as you slash at him.
Hey, Balsam, you like my new rune?
It looks really
Um,
cool. I didn't know you could swing a sword that long.
they promised it was going to work in the shop. I'm glad it did on the first try. And let's pick number 2, please.
Number 2. All right. 1 and 2. We have. So this is slashing damage.
Piercing, it says, with a longsword.
Piercing. Tongue piercing. Target must succeed a DC 5 check to cast spells or speak.
DC 5?
Yeah, so it's a 75% chance to pass and 25% chance to fail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, DC 5 is in you roll a d20 and add nothing to it.
So do I roll the d20?
No, I do. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's if he's trying to speak or use his tongue for anything.
Okay.
Did you stab him in the mouth?
Did. Right in the mouth.
Right through there. Well, I was coming down, so, you know.
Jeez,
Okay, so, yeah, so second attack.
Mm-hmm. Another critical hit. Dang. Okay.
I can't roll worth a darn for the saves or the checks, but combat seems to be liking me today.
Yeah, that's it. Apparently, this is where it's at.
Yeah.
All right. And with a final piercing blow, you manage to fell the journalist. All right.
Okay.
Now, because we've reached time, we're going to fast forward ever so slightly. So, with the assassination done, the Skarnedi are very pleased. Balsam, you have been indoctrinated into the Church of Calistria. You will take a -1 to your intelligence and a +1 to your wisdom. You now qualify for the cleric dedication for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. In addition, Kailu, you and Balsam are both going to be awarded a sum of 50 gold pieces for contributing your efforts towards basically getting rid of this individual. What they were doing and why, it's kind of up in the air until the next morning when the Pathfinder Chronicles come out, outlining the Skarnedi's deep and illicit involvement with the Aspis Consortium and other criminal organizations as well. What is also surprising is several photos have now emerged. This is where bad news comes in. They show pictures of Balsam and Kailu, specifically Balsam more than anyone else, going into the manor of the Skarnedi estate the previous day, and then having that conversation with the two Aspis Consortiums in the alleyway. In the article, it speculates that several people are being hired by Skarnedi to serve and act in their stead, in order to try and curry favor with various undesirable mentions. So that's kind of what's happened there. As for the Necromancer has taken several bodies underwater, dragged behind the boat as these corpses kind of swell and become fat and juicy, as from deep underwater. From above the water on a small boat, the Necromancer starts dumping the corpses into the waterway, at which point the corpses disappear beneath the waves. I will find out what that is next week when we return for more Pray for Death with these wonderful and incredible people. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much to my lovely players for coming and hanging out today. I hope you guys had a good time. We do still have 3 plot twists left. We have Hilarious Memory, we have Dream, and we have Sanity Check. But we got through 4 of them, which isn't bad. So these ones are going to get carried forward as well. So there you go. That was a lot of fun. That was very challenging, but very entertaining. You guys are very good at combat, I will say that. The things I threw at you were like CR 15, 16, and you guys were having no trouble, so good job.
It works really well when there's like one person to buff and help out instead of like 4 people to help out and buff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
it did help. Yeah.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, till we meet again, as always, from us to you. No, actually, sorry. First of all, my name's Michael, Dead as a Gamer. This is my this is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week. We'll be back later on this evening for Gatewalker, so be sure to tune in for that. Will you be able to claim your sanity check? No, you can't claim it. It's non-refundable. So yeah, we'll be back in a few hours for Gatewalkers, and then probably tomorrow for Curse of the Crimson Throne, but we'll have to see how many players we're at, because we are reaching the end game for that game, so that should be a lot of fun. So yeah, till we meet again, as always, from us to you, stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other, because why the fuck not is free, and until we meet again, game hard, or die trying. Good night, folks.
Night all.
Bye.